Hello and welcome. You're listening to the It's All in the Cards podcast, a horror fiction podcast where all questions are welcome, but you may not like the answers. Some material may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
I can't believe I'm here again. I spent years avoiding stepping foot across the threshold of Beatty's church, and now I'm willingly doing it twice in a matter of months. But Cora wants to meet with me and have a talk about the family, and this works best with her busy schedule, so I decided to not be difficult and go along with it. Goddess, I wish I had been difficult. I'll come meet her here, but that doesn't mean I have to sit through Uncle Dale's sermon on how to be a good Christian in a devil's world or whatever today's speech is about. I've heard enough of his sermons over the years anyway. I would rather stand here and watch the first dropped leaves skitter across the dirt parking lot until Cora and I can sit down and talk. I grip my skirt and fidget with the fabric, pleating and rubbing it flat across the side of my thigh. The wind kicks up, sending a cold wash of fall wind across my feet as I wait. It's probably about the land anyway. Aunt Beatty was overseeing the land that was left to her, Mom, and Uncle Dale. Now that it doesn't have a designated caretaker, Cora probably wants to figure out what to do with it. It's been in the family since the 1800s, so there's no way we're selling it. I just have no clue what anyone is going to do with it. Outside of the family cemetery, the entire acreage is forested and wild. It would take a lot to get it to a livable state, building a house and running electricity and plumbing out there. Against my better nature, I let my mind plan it out. I wouldn't need a big place, just enough space for me. I could till a garden, gather wild herbs and mushrooms, live off the land. I wouldn't have to deal with trying to scrape a living with the store or other people's problems or anything other than my own preservation. The idea of lifting the weight of expectations off my shoulders sounds like a dream, and I let the fantasy take over for a moment. I can have a guest room for people to come visit, Sam, or maybe Rachel and her new baby, and show them how I'm able to survive with just my wits and my land. And when I'm done with company, they can go home and I'll have my peace again. I sigh at the dream before I let it drift away. There's no way I could give up the store, give up the life I've started building here, just to run away to the woods. That's not me. Not right now. I wipe my sweaty palms off on my skirt and turn towards the front door, opening it as quietly as I can and sliding inside. Uncle Dale steps down from the dais and disappears down a side hallway. The congregation is just beginning to move around and greet their neighbors in the pews, but someone steps up to the podium at the front and commands their attention once more. When I look up, Cora is smiling, her eyes locked on me. Shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending today's service. If I could ask for a little more of your time, I would like to share a special moment with you.
The crowd slowly settles back down, more than a few grumbles coming from those who would like to get out of their Sunday clothes and back into their regular life.
As many of you know, we lost my mother earlier this year, and I have been fortunate to be welcomed back into the congregation after being away on my mission trips for so many years. Several of you have told me about how music has brought you closer to the Lord, and I wanted to share a song with you today that was special to me and my mother.
My heart starts pounding at Cora's words. Fucking shit, she's going to sing? That's the last thing I need. Cora has an interesting power within the Albright family. When she sings, she is able to see into the souls of those who hear her. This is something that has no doubt helped on her mission trips and used to drive me crazy when we were kids. She could always tell when I was lying about taking the last cookie or making plans without her. She said it looked like a blemish on my soul when I told a lie, a gray mass burning within me.
When peace like a river attendeth my way.
I can't even begin to imagine what the buried bitch looks like inside me right now. I try to step back outside, but with Cora's gaze trained on me, I know there's no chance she'll let me leave. She may even pull me up in front of the crowd so she can sing directly to me. With a shudder, I step forward and perch on the edge of the last pew. I can feel the sweat trickling down my neck as I wait for her to crack me open and see what is inside.
It's on the cards. Season 4, Episode 3. The Song of the Spirit.
I shift in my seat as the song comes to a close, the last few notes sending a rush of adrenaline through my system. I can feel Cora's power pull back from me, a light touch against my sweltering skin. I could have blocked her, but that would have been worse, somehow, to admit that I had something to hide. I know Cora is still watching me, examining everything she saw inside, but I can't bring myself to look up at her. She's seen her within me. She knows now. She has to know. The congregation gives her a rightful applause. She always had a lovely voice. And then begin to take their leave once more, queuing up at the door to say their farewells to Uncle Dale. His booming voice reaches me in the last pew as he sees everyone off, but I stay where I am, unable to move, barely able to breathe. I'm holding myself so tightly together that my muscles begin to twitch, but I can't make myself relax. I watch pairs of feet clad in their Sunday best walk past my pew and out the door until I know it is just me and her alone.
Hi, Jade.
I close my eyes for a second, willing myself to unclench my jaw and take a deep breath. When I get as much confidence as I can, I look up at her, getting as far as her chin before I chicken out and stop. Hi, Cora. She slides into the pew in front of me, turning her body sideways so she can look at me as we talk.
Sorry to spring that on you.
I look into her blue eyes then. Instead of the animosity I expected, I see only worry. No, you're not. You wanted a truth from me, and you decided to put me into a situation where I couldn't say no.
You're right. I had to know what was going on with you. You've been so different since I got back. I didn't know how I could help you.
Is that what you wanted? To help? She reaches over and lays her hand over mine. It is warm and strong, anchoring me, and I can't stop staring at it.
Of course I want to help. What else would I want?
I don't know. And I really don't. Cora has never been mean or vindictive, even when she had every right to be. She didn't dedicate herself to the church and her mission trips to look like a good person. She truly is.
Do you want to talk about it?
Why don't you tell me what you saw first? Then I'll decide if I want to talk about it. She studies my face for a second, determining if I really mean it. I try to make myself look honest, but she knows me so much deeper now. I don't know if I can convince her. Eventually, she sighs and explains.
There's a darkness in you. Not your usual darkness. That usually comes across almost purple, like a bruise on your spirit. This one, these are black, impossible to see through, polka dotting your spirit and dancing around within you.
She lowers her head to catch my eye once more.
But it's not your entire soul. It's just a few spots, swirling what I normally see within you. Your normal goodness. They move around, so they're not permanent. That much I know.
I feel the pressure lift off my chest at her words, and I almost cry at the relief of it. A part of me had truly begun to believe that the buried mother would take over my entire being, drowning me in her corrupt essence until there was nothing left. Cora's words remind me that I'm still here, and I can still fight. Wait. Spots? Her brows come together in confusion.
Yeah, there's a large one, this dark force within you, but there are smaller ones too. Some of them are just as dark as others, but others kind of blend in with your purple tones. They almost match you.
That's odd. The big one has to be the buried mother, but the others, maybe they're pieces of her? Maybe I got more than one?
It Could be. I have no way of knowing what dark forces cause these spots on your soul. I can only see them.
When I look at Cora's troubled eyes then, I see Beatty as she was that last night, sickly and pale. She had leaned on me, allowing me to hold her as I drained the life from her body. Even though she knew what would happen, expected it even, it almost killed me when she slowly slumped to the ground. Her body grew limp and cold as her life force flowed into me, the power that came with the end of her life. I shake the image from my head and force a smile on my face. I can't get into that now, not with Cora. I'll tell her eventually. Today is just not the day. So you wanted to talk? Is it about the land? Cora scans my face, her eyes worried, but she lets me change the subject.
Yeah, and Mom's house. She didn't have a will despite being sick, so I didn't know what you wanted to do.
I don't even have to think about it. You keep the house. She was your mom. If you ever decide to leave or sell it, though, let me know first. Cora smiles, the relief clear on her face.
Of course. In the land?
I don't have plans for it, so if you're able to keep track of it, I would appreciate that. She nods.
There's not much to it, but I can drive out there every now and then, make sure we don't have squatters.
As if anyone would want to live out there.
You never know, Jade. You might want to someday.
I give her a look. Did she see that in my soul, or is she just guessing? Cora just smiles, though, and asks me about the store. I let the conversation flow to the mundane, giving her tidbits about my life. I tell her the story of Fern falling into the sink full of soapy water when Sam was washing out the coffee pots, and we laugh over the image of a drenched cat angrily flicking water with her tail around the store. I realize I missed this connection, having someone like Cora nearby who could reminisce and appreciate the hard parts of my history with equal measure. As we stand up to walk out of the church together, I find myself hoping that Cora will stay close, maybe come by the store once in a while to say hi. When did I become a person who needs others? I can't seem to pinpoint an exact moment, but sometime in the past few years, it must have happened. That change has made me vulnerable and more fulfilled than I could have ever expected. I hope I can cling to it, despite the evil that still lives inside of me. I think I can. Now, imagine your feet are melding into the earth, your body engulfed by the dirt, the dead lending its energy to new life. Attune to that energy until it feels like a part of yourself. I watch the neophytes around me as they close their eyes and practice grounding, their little determined faces a sight to behold. May, maybe 15, purses her lips and squishes her eyes shut so her youthful face is wrinkled as an old apple. I can almost see what they're trying to visualize, themselves becoming one with the earth, but nobody manages to ground their power.
They're not very good, are they? Or is it just that their teacher is subpar?
I grit my teeth at the intrusion, but ignore her. This isn't the time to fight with the parasite inside of my brain. This is the first step to controlling the energy that surrounds us. You need to learn to ground in order to keep yourself safe. Keep trying. I walk around the circle of neophytes, trying to correct them when I can, but nobody seems to be especially adept at controlling their power. Even with Sam's class, I had someone who could handle this right off the bat. Are they not trying hard enough? You can open your eyes, Addie. You don't have to keep them closed forever. I watch her bright eyes spring open and find me in the clearing before slamming closed again, even tighter this time. I guess they don't like being called out.
But who does, really?
I stumble over a stick at the sound of a new voice in my head. Who the fuck are you?
Now, Jade, don't be rude.
Yes, Jade, don't be rude. We're all family here, aren't we?
I wave at the neophytes who are clenching their fists in frustration, slowly moving myself farther away from the group. With their eyes all closed, no one notices. I said, who the fuck are you?
Oh, really, Jade? You didn't think it was just me in here, did you?
I falter at her words. Of course I did. But if there are other people within the buried mother, within me, give me a name.
It's been a long time since my name has been spoken. I'm not even sure I remember it correctly, but you can call me Acantha.
Okay, Acantha. Where did you come from?
I've been within her for years, decades, centuries. Time blends together, so there's only the before and the now. Before, I was a sacrifice destined to stop the unholy terror that would plague our world if it got free. I was chosen to...
That's enough. Stop pretending that you served a purpose beyond lengthening my captivity. I'm free of that earthen prison now, so your supposed sacrifice was in vain.
What are you two going on about?
Jade, everything okay?
Shit. I turned towards Sam, giving her a false smile and a wave. Just checking the perimeter while the new kids worked on grounding. Want to help out some of the strugglers?
Well...
Who would like Sam to help you with this exercise? Immediately hands raise around Sam, requesting help from someone other than me, and she steps in to offer her advice. I try not to take it personally, but if I can't help them learn how to ground, how do they expect Sam to do it?
Maybe they think Sam is a better teacher than you. Or at least that she knows better how to teach them.
Or maybe they don't know anything at all, which is why they're in the neophyte class to begin with. Who the fuck was that in my head?
She said her name was Acantha, but I wouldn't really know. I never ask their names.
Who is Acantha? Silence follows my question, and I suppress a roar of frustration. She's here at the worst possible times, popping in and giving her unsolicited input, but when I ask a straightforward question, she fucking leaves? If I didn't hate the buried bitch before, I surely do now. I wander around the class for the rest of the session, present but not listening, available but distracted. Eventually, the neophytes stop asking me their questions, instead directing them to Sam. I should be upset about not being seen as an authority, but I can't be bothered. My mind won't stop dwelling on the new voice I heard. Who is Acantha, and why is she in my head? When our time is over, I wave the neophytes off, promising more progress at our next session. They grumble and nod, but don't seem convinced that I know what I'm talking about. I'm just a failure all around.
You doing okay? That was kind of a different class than I'm used to.
Yeah, I've just got a lot going through my mind at the moment. None of them seem especially adept either, which doesn't help. I'll prepare better for the next one.
Okay, I'm here if you need an assistant.
Thanks, but I've got it. I just need to figure out how to teach a class of students with no natural ability. I didn't have this problem last year. I didn't have a lot of problems last year.
Every year is bound to be different. You'll learn new techniques to teach and help them learn how to control their powers.
If they even have powers.
Can they become part of the coven if they don't? I guess I've never asked if those without natural ability can be members or not. I just assumed everyone did.
Most have some natural tendencies. Occasionally there are those who worship the goddess and call on her for power, or the occasional member who can't do much of anything but is just excited to be here. But those are usually few and far between. This class, though...
Stop! You know that they're bound to have some abilities. We just need to help bring them out.
That's my responsibility, not yours.
You don't have to shoulder everything yourself.
I've done it this long. Why stop now? Sam shakes her head but lets it stand. Maybe she knows there's no more arguing this point. She's already needled her way into being integral at the store, so maybe she just assumes it's only a matter of time before she's assisting here, too. As much as I don't want to admit it, though, she may be right about my teaching. Maybe I need to reassess how I approach the classes to better reach my students. Just one more thing to ponder while dealing with not one, but two voices in my head now. Totally easy. My mind is still on Acantha the next day in the store. Sam has had her customer service face on all morning, making coffee and pushing trinkets, so I've been free to tidy up the shelves and fold the book-patterned scarves she made me order. They are unfortunately very good sellers, which Sam has reminded me of each time she rings one up. Who is Acantha? Clearly she's someone who knows about the buried mother and worked to stop her. She might be from our coven or one of the other groups that help with the circle, but if that's the case, she was alive much farther back than my memory can recall. I know the Albrights have helped organize the circle when it was time, but would we have any records? If so, they would be in Beatty's house. I can ask Cora. Hopefully she'll be willing to look around and let me know if she finds anything that could help. My reverie is broken by the bells over the door, but I stay in the stacks. Sam is perfectly capable of ringing up whatever the customer wants, and she'll probably upsell them something too.
Welcome to Which Way Between the Lines. How can I see for you today?
Hi. Yeah, I was hoping for a tarot reading, and I heard you guys do that. I even brought my own deck.
We do. I can take you back to the reading room here if you'd like. Do you have a specific question in mind?
Their footsteps move closer as Sam leads the man towards the reading room. I've let her handle a few here and there since she came back, but I always listen in. I try to convince myself it's quality control, but I'm starting to wonder if it's not because I like to see how far she's come in her practice since she started.
I think so. It's kind of a weird situation. See, I bought this tarot deck online. I've been wanting to get into the craft, and I really like the artwork on this one, so I bought it. But when the package came, there was a weird note from the seller.
They stop right in front of the reading room, and I get a glimpse of him. He's tall, with dark hair and pinched eyes, like he hasn't been able to relax in a year. There's a tattoo peeking out of the sleeve of his t-shirt. It looks to be a snake, or maybe a spiral. I can only see a curved portion of it, so there's no way to be sure. There's something about this man's energy, though, that feels familiar. It pulls me forward, and I find myself stepping closer to where they've stopped. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out an index card, unfolding it so he can read the words out loud.
We hope you enjoy your new tarot deck. May it bring you enlightenment on your journey through this life.
That doesn't seem so weird.
P.S. If you're getting the 10 of Swords, that's just Jared. He likes to play jokes. It doesn't mean anything.
Oh.
Yeah, I looked up the 10 of Swords, and it's definitely not a good card to have come up repeatedly.
Has it come up?
Every time I do a spread. It doesn't matter how many cards I use. One of them's always the 10 of Swords. One card pull, 10 of Swords. Celtic Cross, 10 of Swords will be third. 3 card spread, it's there. I can't seem to get away from it. I think the deck is haunted, because that's not normal. Right?
No, that's definitely not normal.
Oh, you startled me. This is Jade, the owner of the store. Jade, this is...
Brian. Nice to meet you.
He extends his hand for me to shake, his palm warm and strong. If this is a haunted deck, it doesn't seem to have affected him physically. Not yet, anyway. His energy wraps itself around my wrist, drawn to me the same way I am drawn to him. What is happening here? It's not romantic, that's for sure. But there's something about him that draws me in, connects us beyond this first meeting. Why don't you let me do your reading, Brian? Sam can man the counter in case we get more customers.
Oh, it's okay, Jade.
I give her a look, and she snaps her mouth shut. There's no way in hell I'm letting her touch a haunted deck. Not willingly.
Sure. I've got some distributor catalogs to go through. I was thinking we could get a few new items for the store.
So it's going to be blackmail, then. If that's the price of keeping her safe, so be it. Go ahead and make me a list. We can review it when I'm done with this reading. Sam flashes me a sickly sweet smile before stepping back.
It was nice to meet you, Brian.
Yeah, you too. In here, then?
He gestures to the reading room door, and I nod, allowing him to enter first. The vervain brushes over his shoulders and falls back into place unscathed. Perfect. So, Brian, you want to know if the deck is really haunted?
And what to do if it is, yeah. I was hoping that maybe I was doing something wrong to keep having the same card show up over and over. And that it's not a sign of something really bad on the horizon. So I wanted to have a professional try. Do you think you can help?
He sets the deck on the table in front of us. The back of the cards are swirls of red and black with gold speckled throughout. I let my hand hover over the deck for a second, but I don't sense anything with ill intentions, so I pick them up. I can at least lead you down the path of help. If they're truly haunted, you'll have to get an exorcism from someone else. A religious leader, preferably, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. They don't feel off, but some spirits can hide their intentions when they want to. He nods, resting his palms on his spread knees as he watches me look through the deck. The artwork is truly beautiful, with big, moody drawings and gold details to highlight each face. I can see why one would want to buy a deck like this.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for... Aha. I find the card I want and pull it out, laying it face up to the side. Since you want to use this deck, and the Ten of Swords keeps showing up, we're going to remove it altogether from this reading.
Won't that affect the reading?
If the deck wants to kill you, it will find another way to let you know. The color fades a little from his face, but he nods along. I'm kidding. The deck can't really kill you, even if it's haunted. It can only tell you that you'll die soon, and it seems to be doing that for everyone. This eliminates the option.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. Sorry, I'm just a little touchy about that.
About dying? Who wouldn't be?
Fair. I've just been a little closer to it than most people. I almost died as a kid, and it kind of changed me. I used to joke that I wouldn't make it to 30. Now that I'm almost there, it seems like it's looming over me more than usual.
Death looms over us all. It's the one thing we can't avoid. I lay down the first card, focusing on the questionable haunting of the deck. A young man stares out of the card, a golden sword in his hand and a smirk across his face.
The Knight of Swords. That's a little close to the 10 for my liking.
I tap the 10 of Swords that I already pulled out. Subsequent cards don't have the same meanings. The Knight of Swords is impulsive, adventurous, and passionate.
That doesn't sound like me.
I don't believe it is you. This might be the spirit that is attached to the deck. What did the note call him? Jared?
Yeah, Jared. You think he's the Knight of Swords?
He likes to play tricks on you and manipulate your readings, so that seems accurate so far. Brian nods, absorbing what I'm saying before waving me on. Let's see what else we can learn about the deck. I try to hide my smile as I put my hand on the next card. He's quietly serious when he's focused. I can see why he would like to learn the art of tarot. He'll probably be good at it. The next card reveals a golden chariot. The clouds beyond it swirls of black and gray. The chariot reversed. Whatever is here, it could be dangerous. This card is reckless, aggressive, and lacks control. Those features could cause a major crash if you're not careful.
So the deck is haunted? For sure?
I can't know that yet. There's the possibility of danger in the future of this deck, but it may not be a ghost.
But you said the Knight of Swords was a spirit.
I lay my palms flat on the table, leaning towards him. The people you bought this from, they knew the name of the spirit attached to the deck, right?
Or they gave him a name.
If they gave him a name, why would they sell the deck? Naming implies an attachment. I think they knew the name because they knew the person, and he's no longer with us.
So, a ghost.
Or the essence of someone who may or may not have passed on. They could have used the deck enough that their energy has been absorbed by it, influencing the outcome every time someone tries to do a reading.
You really think that's the case?
I think that's what the deck is trying to tell us, yes. Or maybe I'm just hoping that there's nothing dangerous here, nothing that can hurt Brian any more than he's already been hurt. I turn over the final card, revealing a devil with golden horns laughing into the sky.
The devil reversed.
I smile up at Brian. Correct. This card points to freedom and restoring control. The deck is telling us that the best way to be able to use this deck is to cleanse it of the energy of the previous owner.
How do I do that?
There are a lot of ways you can try, but I would suggest trying whichever calls to you first. You can cleanse the deck in a full moon or midday sun. There's sound cleansing, where you play a note to the cards and let the vibrations change the energy. You can also use salt. His face contorts, deep in thought, as he considers the options. And if none of those work, try a holy person. They can exorcise the energy.
I think I'll try the moon. That one sounds more up my alley.
Perfect. Feel free to come back and let me know how it goes. I'm a little invested now that I've used the deck. I sweep up all of the cards on the table and put the deck together before handing it back to him. He seems more relaxed now that he has a course of action, the tension in his face lightening.
Thanks, Jade. I really appreciate your reassurance. I felt like I was going crazy. Like a haunted deck? That can't be a thing, right?
I give him a tight smile. Not today, it isn't. Looks like you'll live to see 30 after all.
Yeah, I guess I have to start planning for my future.
He shrugs and begins to turn away, but I let my curiosity get the better of me and stop him. How did you almost die?
Huh? Oh, when I was 8. I was at a birthday party at Bluff Hole. I was playing with my friends, running around and jumping in the deep end, seeing who can swim the fastest. You know how kids are. I must have gotten too tired or something, because before I knew what happened, I just slipped under the water.
I go cold at his words, but he's too caught up in reliving one of the worst days of my life. There's no way this is that boy.
I would have drowned if someone hadn't seen me go under. She jumped in and got me out. But I wasn't breathing, apparently. She started doing CPR and got me to come back. I remember my mom was holding my hand so tight she almost cut off the circulation. And she fell over me when she heard me take a breath.
I can't move. I can only stand here and listen as he describes the day I lost control. The day I stole his energy and almost killed him. The day I've recreated every year since. My last day with my mother.
Is everything okay?
I pull myself out of it, force a smile. Yeah, everything's just fine. Brian knows what to do with his new deck now, right, Brian? I can't believe I know his name. After all these years, I finally know it.
Yeah, I do. Thank you both for your help.
Sam walks to the front desk with Brian to ring him up, but I still can't make my feet follow. I listen to the murmurs of him paying for the reading, Sam wishing him a good day, the bells over the door jingling as he walks away. The thought of him leaving spurs me into motion, and I fly across the store, following him outside and down the street. Wait, Brian! He turns, confusion etched on his face, his beautiful, living face. I feel that pull of his energy again, and it's like finally understanding the déjà vu you had earlier. This connection of ours spans years, but he has no recollection of it.
Did I forget something?
No, I did. What's your last name?
Oh, Brylo. Brian Brylo.
I try to hide the tears that crept up at the knowledge of his full name, finally mine. It's nice to meet you, Brian Brylo. I let him walk away, down the street into his car before I turn to go back into the store. Sam confronts me as soon as I step inside.
I could have handled that. It was just a haunting. I've dealt with worse.
I know. You're very capable, and you've come a long way. I just can't help but want to protect you whenever I can.
Jade, you can't protect me all the time. I will come to you when I need help, but you have to let me do things myself. I could have helped him.
At her words, the happiness that I had felt at finally learning the name of the boy I almost killed washes away, instantly replaced by something I didn't recognize as coming from myself. It was an urge, a drive to do something, hidden deep in my chest but trying to burst free. With my whole being, I suddenly wanted to help. I look at Sam, confused, but she doesn't seem to notice the flood of emotions going through me. She's still angry and waiting. What?
Ah, there it is. I was wondering when my powers would come through in you.
What powers? Sam opens her mouth to talk, but I hold up one finger and close my eyes, unable to handle two conversations at once.
I told you before, but you didn't want to believe me. This is my gift, Jade. I know a person's greatest desire, and I give it to them. That's my way of showing my love for my people. And now you can feel it too.
That need to help others, to make a difference, to change lives for the better, it seems to be coming from Sam. She wanted to help Brian, and I stopped her. I took that option away when I was trying to protect her, and now she'll never be able to do it.
Yes, the young one wants to help people. She's always wanted to help people. Didn't you realize that it wasn't just a whim? This is central to who she is, this desire. It is a part of her.
I feel the ache in my chest soften as I realize what she's saying. Studying Sam, I can almost see it now. This desire is almost a physical part of her, a drive from deep within that motivates everything she does, everything that she is. And now it motivates me too. My heart softens as I realize how much Sam has always wanted to help people, to help me. And in the heat of this wave of the buried mother's power, I make a decision. Sam, I need your help. This episode of It's All in the Cards was written by Morgan Valko, featuring the voice talents of Abby Conzen, Nicole Goodnight, Izzy Sykes, Sarah Thomas, Natalie Light, and John Grills. Theme music by The Arsonist. Episode produced and theme music performed by Scott Thomas. Outro music by Athen. Don't forget to check out our Patreon. Subscribe and get discounts on merch, early access, and bonus episodes, including the spin-off series, The Deck of the Eternals, and the companion series from Sam's point of view, Dear Mom. Link in the show notes. Thanks for listening.